So Marvel's latest and one of the most anticipated TV show, Secret Invasion's first episode is out, and I can say it is giving a very different vibe. You remember Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Now take that movie, now mix some of the Captain Marvel's movie in it, and you get the vibe what you are looking at. All in all, you can say that it is a detective show added with some alien and sci-fi elements in which the stakes are high, but normal for a superhero franchise, like end of the earth, end of the human race, end of world, and so on and so forth. Smaller things, but very standard for a superhero project. Now here is what I liked about this first episode, and there are a lot of things. So the first episode did a fantastic job at establishing what to expect from the series. And one thing I want to highly point out, that Gravik, who seems to be the main villain of the series, had a damn good persona in the final scene. Now this shot of him blowing up the bombs with that look to Fury eye to eye, that did it for me. Now that was a very strong establishment of the antagonist. Man, Nick Fury is the deal. I mean, he is the deal. You can't look Nick Fury in the eye and do what he did. And again, the fact that we know how terrifying Nick Fury is, but still Gravik doing that to him with that look in his eyes, that scene was a complete statement for what Gravik is. Now building upon that, Maria Hill's death upset me a lot. I mean, I am very upset. I was looking forward to see her work alongside Nick Fury and go deep in the series, learn more about her, but sadly it looks like that it won't happen anymore. Or was she a Skrull too? Oh, you never know. We'll have to find out. First I thought Maria was the Skrull and hence Nick shot her, but then at the very next moment, Nick Fury had that laughing smile on his face, and that was it. That was a good twist ending to finish the first episode. Well, I want to highlight this one thing. Do you notice that Gravik is kind of Nick Fury of the Skrulls? Well, let me explain. Nick Fury is the main man of the Avengers, right? He is also someone who is 10 steps ahead of his troubles, ahead of his nemesis. Plus, he is a very secretive man. He doesn't tell his plans to anyone. Now, Gravik seems to have all these qualities with himself. Now, in this conversation between Talos and his daughter, we learn that Gravik keeps his plans to himself, and the way he appeared in the final scene, it again looked like he was expecting Nick Fury to arrive. That means he is also a few steps ahead of his nemesis. Because if you focus on this conversation between Nick Fury and Maria Hill, that Nick Fury is completely changed, and yes, he changed after the blip of Thanos. Because before the blip, Nick Fury was very different. He used to plan everything, he was ahead of his problems and all that I mentioned. But after the blip, he was broken down, he was vulnerable. And I think the end of the series will be with completing the arc of Nick Fury, which means Nick Fury will have to become his old Nick Fury to kill the current Nick Fury, which I feel is Gravik, because as metaphorically speaking, as I said earlier as well, that Gravik looks to be the Nick Fury of the Skrulls.